I want you to show you how beta male even some preachers are. Some preachers are, most preachers really. And how badly or how far the churches, most churches have sank into hell. They're not about salvation. They're not about God. They're about money and power as well. The men are weak. The women are taking over. It's just a real mess in the churches. This is from Valley News Live. A church names itself the world's first sanctuary denomination. A Minnesota church is now the nation's first sanctuary denomination. The Evangelical Lutheran Church in America is now committing itself to support and shelter migrants entering the country. These people should be arrested. Anyone who joined this in a church should be either arrested and thrown across the borders or put in jail for life. Here's the first soundbite of the local news.
On August 7th, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America made it clear that walking alongside immigrants and refugees is a matter of faith.
I think it's wonderful. I think the church as a whole has to change and adapt to society.
I think it's exciting. I think that it's religious people doing Jesus' teaching. The idea of welcoming people from other places and taking care of each other.
See? Let these women take over. This is what you get. Especially these liberal women. Beta females. Here's where the report describes how they help the migrants and the concern of some of the members.
The ELCA says the United States has a broken system when it comes to immigration, and they say being a sanctuary body means giving resources to the ones who need it. The ELCA says this can mean providing shelter for people to live and or lending financial and legal support for people working through the immigration system. But not everyone is on board with the idea, some commenting on the ELCA's Facebook post saying the church is supporting illegal immigration. One man commenting that he doesn't want to leave the ELCA, but he feels like the ELCA is leaving him.
This is a church, the ELCA is a church of Satan. Really? The church of Satan. This has nothing to do with God. It has everything to do with Satan's emotions. The church has gone to hell. And so don't expect those churches to point you back to God because Satan is their daddy. What kind of church is this anyway? This is not a real church. This is a mess. Shannon, a first-time caller out of Michigan. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was just wondering why you choose to take the stance of against these people who claim they have a faith in God, walking with the immigrants. Is it about politics to you, or is it about faith?
That's a good question.
Do those two go hand in hand with you? It seems like it does.
Any church that help people break the law, these illegal aliens are breaking the law by coming into our country illegally. And by the church helping them to break the law, it says to me that Satan is their daddy, and I cannot support that. And so... And as far as politics...
It's not God's law. It's not God's law. It's an American law. So how can you intertwine religion with politics and government?
What's not God's law?
Those two don't go hand in hand.
What's not God's law?
The laws that America has against the immigrants.
What laws do America have against the immigrants?
Yes. What laws do they have? First of all, they don't want them in our country, period.
Is it that they don't want them here, or they don't want them to break the law to come here?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Which one is it? Is it that which one do you know for? Which one you know for sure? Is it that they don't want them here, or is it that they don't want them to break the law to come here?
I know both of those for sure, depending on the person and the system that we're talking about.
Who don't want them here legally?
Racist. people who
racist people like who?
Nationalists. They don't want people here legally or illegally sometimes, for that matter, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Did you say nationalists? Nationalists?
What was that?
Did you say nationalist people don't want them here?
Yeah, white supremacist nationalists.
What is a national?
I go so far to say that it's even color organizations that are racist against other colors. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say the left or the right. They both have their evil qualities and evil people.
What is a nationalist?
Someone who loves their country.
Is that
loves the people of their country.
Is that wrong?
To be honest, none of us are the people of this country. We are indigenous people. We don't even belong here. The white people.
Who is we? When you say we, who are you
belong here?
When you say we,
if we want to go to God.
When you say we, who are you referring to? When you say
right?
We, who are you referring to? Don't belong here.
Anybody who is trying to cross the borders that is not.
No,
American
you said
citizen.
we don't belong here. Who are you referring to?
None of us, black people, white people. This country was stolen. This country was stolen.
Who stole it?
And then rebuilt off of breaking the law.
Shannon, why do you say this country was stolen?
Because there were people here claiming it before.
But how did they steal it? How did they steal it? Who stole it, first of all? Who stole it?
You ever heard of Thanksgiving?
Who stole it, though? Who stole
familiar
it?
with Thanksgiving?
Who stole the country?
You familiar with Christopher Columbus?
Shannon, who stole the country?
Did I just say? A couple of times you don't want to answer that. You just asking me the same question.
No, you didn't say. You didn't tell me who stole. Who stole? Who stole the?
You going off to the way off in the deep end.
No, I'm trying to understand. When you people make those statements, I don't know what y'all mean, so I'm asking for understanding. Who stole the country?
You black and slow. You black and slow.
Oh,
my bad.
That's right. I'm black and slow.
Amazing. We black and slow, man. I'm black and slow. So shit, I don't know. I know somebody stole the country.
But
you know, like I know.
Who stole it?
Was built off law-breaking,
Who stole it?
Activity.
Who stole the country?
The country was stolen by people who came over here on boats. The white people, the Europeans. Let's say that Europeans.
And when they came here, was it a country?
It was a civilization.
Was it a country?
It was America.
Was it a country?
What's in a country?
Was it a country?
Yeah, yep.
It wasn't.
It definitely was.
No, it wasn't.
The Indians were here.
It wasn't a country, and it wasn't civilized. Why did you say it was a country?
So, people were living here. People had civilization.
No, they didn't.
People had resources.
It wasn't civilized at all.
The Indians were a great people.
But why did you say it was a
people.
country when it wasn't a country?
Okay, you'll win that. I'll let you win that.
No, I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win,
so.
Shannon. I'm trying to understand. Why did you say it was a country and it wasn't?
Because it was inhabited by a race of people who were living for years and years.
Why?
On their own.
And that's why you call it a country?
Into their civilization. It was a civilization. Let's say that. It was a civilization.
That's why you call it a country?
Yeah.
And when the folks who founded the country, America, they came here, they conquered, as people have always done and will continue to do. Were they wrong for conquering? Fair and square.
I would say I wouldn't say it's a matter of wrong or right.
Why not? It has to be one or the other. It can't be both.
Well, yeah, they were wrong.
They were wrong for conquering, right?
And murdering.
They were wrong for conquering, right?
Of a race of people. for resources.
So they were wrong for conquering.
You think that's cool?
No, answer that question.
In the name of God. It wasn't in the name of Christianity.
Shannon, you're saying they were wrong for conquering fair and square, right?
Definitely. How they did it.
And
Not
so
conquering, but
in
how
Africa, in Mommy Africa, when the Zulus and the Tutus go to war or have gone to war to conquer, are they wrong as well?
I'm not familiar too much with that.
And you're not familiar with this either that you're talking about. You listen to liars.
No, I know facts.
No, you don't.
Facts, bro.
You only know lies.
No,
You have never thought about it for yourself.
The lies is what you are propagating.
Shannon,
That's what the lies are.
Shannon, you have never thought about it for yourself as you just did.
I always have.
No, you haven't.
When
you haven't.
Talk about Africa,
you
right?
only listen to the lies from the.
Wrong or right? My point
Shannon,
is, what is the point of your? My question is, what is the point of that question?
You only listen to the liars. I want you to think for yourself, man. Really. No, don't listen to
myself.
those
people. You don't know me.
Those
I'm 36
black
years old. I always thought for myself.
Those black filmmakers and those black so-called historians, they're liars. Don't believe them.
What did I speak from history? I'm speaking straight facts. I'm not speaking nothing from historians. I'm speaking straight facts.
Where you get the idea that this was a country before the whites got here?
From God.
From who?
From God.
Who?
God.
Are you an Allah Akbar person?
No.
Which God?
I'm a Christian.
Which God told you that this was a country before the whites got here?
Your daddy.
Shannon, call me again. I got to run.
Father.
So what?
Your father.
Oh, okay.
Your father told me that.
Yeah. Call me again, Shannon. I got to run, buddy. I really appreciate you.